know to say, as you embark on your qualification in business management, how is it also going to help you to navigate the work environment here in South Africa? Once again, a special welcome to everyone. So what exactly are we going to learn in this masterclass? I'm going to help you to acquire knowledge on skills relevant for starting a business career here in South Africa. You'd find that sometimes as you want to embark on a career, it's very difficult. You have no clue of where to begin. You have no clue which qualification to pursue, and which qualification, most importantly, is going to land you with a job, especially when we are operating in a very, very tight environment whereby job or unemployment rate is very, very high. Okay, so let's just start by giving an overview of what is happening here in South Africa so that you can also appreciate. So I have just captured the unemployment rate in South Africa as it stands. This was a result, or maybe these were results that were published by the Quota Labor Force Survey in South Africa, which was for the period of the second quarter here in South Africa, which was around August. So I'm going to be focusing specifically on the current unemployment rate as per August, or the second quarter here in South Africa, which was around August. Unemployment rate is sitting at 33.2%. That is very high when we are looking at the entire population in South Africa. And when we also look at the expanded unemployment rate, we are looking at 42.9%. What exactly do we mean by extended unemployment rate? We have also factored in people that are not actively looking for jobs, but truly speaking, they need a job because they are unemployed. So that is 42.9%. And in that bracket, 62.2% are youth. So why did I bring these statistics in this conversation? This is to help you to understand, the economic challenges that we have in South Africa, the unemployment rate that we have in South Africa, and the skills that we're going to learn about today are going to help you and to equip you with knowledge so that at least you choose a qualification that will help you to acquire skills that will help you to navigate in the competitive labor market here in South Africa. Okay. So let's just also look at how did some of these, prominent business people start their businesses? What skills did they use? Because we really want our session to be quite practical, whereby we are also focusing on practical examples. So let's zoom in. Microsoft is a company which was founded by Bill Gates and his colleague Paul Allen. So these two, how did they start? What are some of the skills that they really applied for them to end up having a company or to navigate really in the competitive business arena? Of course, these two, they ended up being entrepreneurs, but you'd find that those tools are also relevant to anyone who'd like to be an entrepreneur or an employee. So Bill Gates and Allen, they started their company in 1975. Quite old, isn't it? But we all know Microsoft. We all know the products and services that we are getting from Microsoft. So all those wonderful products, wonderful services, it started with two visionaries. And you'd find that for Bill Gates, he started actually being a visionary at the age of 13. That's when he actually started designing his computer program. So in short, what am I saying? You are never too young. So don't sit there and say, oh, I still have so many years to go. I'm challenging you to say the sky is the limit. You need to start now. That dream, that vision that you have, you need to start now. So these are some of the skills that these two co-founders really applied for them to be where they are now They really applied critical thinking. They were thinking outside the book. They were not taking things as they look or at face value, but they were able to analyze situations, navigate in the competitive business environment, and come up with wonderful products and services that Microsoft is offering. Think about also another channel of meetings, the Microsoft Teams that we normally use for meetings. Maybe for some of you, if you're a student, you actually use Microsoft Teams maybe for online classes. That is a product of these two founders, Bill Gates and his colleague Paul Allen. They also were risk takers. So I'm also challenging you as you are sitting there to say, you need to be a risk taker. There is no time that is going to be the right time or the best time. So I know some of you, you may be sitting there, you are still procrastinating, you don't know whether you should register for your qualification, your BBA, your BBAR, your advanced certificate in business management, higher certificate in business management, or higher certificate in business management in retail management. You don't know whether the timing is right. But I just want to challenge you to say the time is now. You need to start now thinking about your qualification and take action. At the age of 13, Bill Gates took action. Research. They did a lot of research. For them to come up with the wonderful, products, services, they did a lot of research. So other skills that we require in the work world or starting a career here in South Africa, even in the global arena, it's research. Gone are the days of just making a decision based on hearsay, based on feelings. We need really to base our thinking. We need to base our decision on research. And they did a lot of research which distinguished them and made them to be, to be better than their competitors. Innovative. Think of Microsoft. What are some of the projects that they have? How different are they from their competitors? So you'd find that they went outside the box, they thought outside the box, they were very creative, very innovative, came up with a wonderful company with a wonderful product portfolio. Collaboration. So you'd find that collaboration is also very important in the work environment when you are starting up your career here in South Africa, also in the global arena. We are talking about teamwork. We are talking about working as a team. So it's very important to understand how to work as a team, to collaborate. Very, very important. So should you register for any of our undergraduate business school qualifications, we are going to teach you or we're going to help you to acquire all these skills. How do you develop collaboration? How do you develop a team? How do you make a team to start performing? So all those concepts and theories, models, you are going to learn them in any of our undergraduate qualifications that we have. Inquisitive mind. So in fact that these two had inquisitive mind. So don't be satisfied with the current situation. Push yourself to the next level. Push yourself to the next limit. Have an inquisitive mind. How do you do that? Always ask why. Be interested in understanding the bigger picture and navigating to find the truth. Okay, all right. So that's just a bit about Microsoft as a company, which I hope these skills, that I have pointed out, you are also acquiring them and understanding how they will help you to start your career here in South Africa, whether as an employee or as, as an employer, because our qualifications, they also equip you to be an employer that is becoming an entrepreneur like Gilbert and Paul Allen that I just spoke about from Microsoft. Okay, let's just reflect on another example that will also help us to understand the skills that are needed for you to be able to start a career here in South Africa or in any other geographical area of your choice. Okay, let's reflect on Google. So on Google, my focus is on Google CEO, Sundar Pichai. How did he become the CEO? So already we are preparing you to say, even in the journey of your qualification, if you are already working, you can be promoted. If you are not working, after completing your qualification or in the process of doing your qualification, you can get a job. Maybe it can be an entry point, maybe an administrative job, maybe an officer, marketing officer, a project administrator, whatever the entry point may be. But I want to tell you that with our qualifications, you will be able to, you know, rise rise on the corporate ladder to get the highest position in that area of your specialization or in your career path. So for Sundar, you'd find that he was actually a product manager, looking after a very big, huge product, looking after all the product, looking after the products at Google. And later on, how was he promoted? Because you cannot be promoted overnight to be a chief executive officer of a big company like Google. So you'd find that Google is under the alphabet. So the umbrella name is Alphabet. I hope you are also learning something, because many a times we just talk about Google and then we don't even know that Google is under an umbrella name, meaning there's one big company, and under that company there are so many other entities, and one of those entities or companies is Google. Okay, so these are some of the companies under Alphabet. So we'll focus on Google and specifically on their CEO, from product manager to CEO. So you'd find that one of his strongest skill was actually, research, and also being an analytical thinker, design thinking. How do I come up with a solution, for our customers? And that solution should actually put the customer at the center of what we are doing. So he actually discovered that there was a gap in Google, in Google services that they were providing, which he now navigated or pitched the idea to management, and that really helped to promote it. So you'd find that these were some of the skills that Sunda projected: design thinking. How do you really solve a problem? By putting the customer at the center of the problem. So it felt that from the business space is business acumen, because as you are sitting here because you are interested in pursuing one of our business management courses. So design thinking is very important. Really, stipulating a solution or a problem solving by putting the customer at the center. Let's not just come up with products and services that we feel they are good. They are good for who? They should be good for the customer. So we don't want to be in a predicament of what we call marketing myopia. We're just over glorifying products from our perspective as a company without really taking into consideration the needs of our customers. Again, analytical thinking that we also highlighted, that Bill Gates and his colleague Paul Allen projected. He also projected analytical thinking. That is what really made him to understand the different products, services that Google was, offering, and identifying a gap in their strategy and really working towards finding a solution to fill the gap, which made Google now to be a giant. I think we all know Google. When we want to search for something, we go to the Google Chrome, go to the Google browser, and we search for information. So really, Mr. Sundar Pichai contributed a lot to what is happening in what is it at Google. Okay, his leadership skills, it's very, very commendable for him to be CEO. It means that there were a lot of good leadership skills. So for you to be able to grow in your career, because we are not just focusing on starting your career, but we also want to be focusing on growing your career, leadership skills. What kind of a leader are you? What kind of a leader? What makes a leader to be a leader? A leader has followers. So, what kind of an employee are you going to be? What kind of an entrepreneur who is also a businessman are you going to be? Are you going to be a good leader who is a visionary, who stand up for the right things, who is ethical, who is a conscious leader? So you'd find that that also came out very, very strongly. Problem solving. How do you solve problems? Sunda identified problems that Google was having, and he, through continuous research, inquisitive mind, found solutions that are now pushing forward Google to its next level. And of course, critical thinking. Think about those metacognitive. Think about what you are thinking. So we need to be individuals that are critical thinkers. So these were just two case studies to just highlight to you, some of the people that have really made it in the business world because of possessing skills that are very critical in the business arena. Okay, let's just continue. Now, zooming in closely, some of the skills that we're going to talk about, you find that they are already aligned to the skills that we spoke about when we're given an example of Microsoft and also an example of Google. Okay, so digital and technological literacy. What exactly do I mean? We are operating in a digital world. We are operating in an environment whereby everything is becoming digital. Even when you look at the government, different governments in different geographical areas, they are thinking of smart government. The South African government, if you are sitting in the horizon of South Africa, you'd find that the South African government, if you have been following what's happening in the government space, they're also talking about the smart government. How do they change their manual processes to automated processes? And for that to happen, it's use of technology. So the world is changing. We need to be tech service. We need to have digital and technological understanding. So we need to embrace technology, otherwise we'll be left behind. So these are some of the skills that are very important. I'm saying these are not all the skills. These are some of the skills that are very important when it comes to digital and technological literacy. We talk about data analysis and visualization. You should be able to analyze data. The environment that we are operating in nowadays, it talks about data analytics. What exactly do we mean by data analytics? We need to be able to collect data, organize data, and analyze the data so that we understand the meaning behind the data. So, for example, you'd find that different businesses, especially from the retail store, you'd find that when they are marketing their after consumption of their product or services, they normally give us some surveys. And in those surveys, they want to really to understand, how you have interacted with their product and their service. So they send us customer satisfaction surveys. And in those surveys, even when we are buying products from these different retail stores, we have these what is it? We have these cards that we are using. So you'd find that when you are swiping those, what is it, point cards, it's not just about you getting the points, but you'd find that the organization is actually collecting data about you as a customer. So, as a business, when you collect that data, what do you do with that data? You must do data analytics or data mining. You should be able to go and dig deeper. So all that data that the company really stores in their storehouses, which are called data warehouses or the big data, it doesn't help the company. The company doesn't go and dig deeper. Think, for example, if you go to what is it, Spa here in South Africa, they've got their points card. They will ask you, do you have your card? They will swipe it, their green card. What are they doing? They're collecting information about you. Go to Pick and Pay. They also have their smart card for collecting customer information. And of course, you as a customer, you also enjoy collecting points. But it's not just about the points, it's about the business getting to understand you as a customer so that they can give you customized solutions. Have you ever wondered to say, how did a Pick and Pay know that I love this product? It's because of the data that they have when you swipe your points card when you visit them. So, really go back to the data that you have, navigate or sift through the data, and be able to make a decision. So, data analytics is very important. Another one, artificial intelligence. Very important for us to understand artificial intelligence. So you'd find that when we are talking about AI, there are so many tools that are under AI. So for today, I'll just zoom in on some of the tools or one of the main tools and its sub, functionalities or tools that you as a prospective student may end up using. So that's why I have zoomed on this one, the artificial intelligence tool, which is the AI tools for business and productivity. So, what are some of these tools that we have under artificial intelligence that helps the business that helps the business to perform better and that also helps the business with productivity. So some of those tools are Chat GP or the Open AI. Okay, so with the Chat GP, you find that as a learner, it is going to help you to research and find more information about your course or about different concepts that you are going to be studying. However, we are going to do a practical example of using ChatGPT or this open AI to just, evaluate the effectiveness of ChatGPT. Then we'll also, zoom in to say how best can we use ChatGPT to give us accurate results and also to support us. Okay, but it's a wonderful tool that can help us in our studies. Okay, then grammarly, you'd find that also it helps us to check for grammar, spellings, very important for you as a learner. National AI, organizing your notes, and your Microsoft Copilot also helps you, what is it, also perfecting your slides, your notes, all those things. So these are some of the artificial intelligence tools that we need, so what that we can use that helps with automation. So like I indicated, I zoomed on this one because it's very important. The AI tools for business and productivity, it also help us even in our learning journey. Okay, so I want us to do a small exercise. I want us to do a small exercise. I want you to take out your phone, or maybe you're actually using your phone to join this meeting. So take out your phone or maybe whether you're using a laptop, whatever gadget, or it's a tablet, whatever gadget you are using, I want you to go and search information about yourself. Like for me, for example, I'm Patience Nyoni. I can just go and say, Chat GP, who is Patience Nyoni? Or tell me about Patience Nyoni. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes to do that. So we are just trying also to, apply what we are learning so that at the end of the day, we can unpack, you know, better ways of using some of these AI tools. For example, we are looking at the tool that is used for business and productivity, and one of them being ChatGPT. So I want you to practice. I want you to practice. Label, I'm not very sure if they are able to type because later on I want them to type, or I don't know whether they are able to use their mic label. I'm not very sure what functionalities do we have. Pardon me, I should have checked before we started. Are they able to talk, or are they able to write their responses? Okay. Are they able to talk? Guys, are you able to use your mics to talk? I'm sorry, I'm sharing my screen so I cannot see any reactions. Lebo, you can assist me, or the salesperson, you can assist me. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next step. Let's go to the next step. Okay, I can see that something has been typed. Okay, they can type. Okay, thank you very much. So go and look for the what is it icon for you to be able to paste a message. So go and look for this, the chat like this one. Now I want you to respond. So I hope you have got to chat a GP. You have typed to say chat GP, who is patients, or tell me about patients. You can also even tell it to give you an image about you. Okay, now let's have some responses. Is the response correct that you got about yourself from ChatGPT? Is the response correct? Let's type on the chat. If you don't know how to get to the chat, please let us know. Let's type, let's type, let's type. Was the response correct? Okay, let me also ask the question here. Oh, sorry. So I'm typing here. All right, I'm just typing. All right. So I said ask ChatGPT to describe you. You can say ChatGPT describe, then you put your full name. And also you can indicate to say include an image. Have we managed to do that? Did you see where you are supposed to be typing, guys? Did you see where you are supposed to be typing? Okay. So after doing that, my question was now, is the response correct? All right. So my question is the description that ChatGPT gave you correct? So remember, you asked ChatGPT to write, to describe you. You can say ChatGPT described patient Nyoni, also give an image. All right. Okay, Let's have responses. Let's have responses. I don't see any responses. Let's have some responses. I haven't seen anything as yet. Do we have ChatGPT, guys, or maybe you've never used it? Okay, the challenge is they cannot talk, so I don't know. They are also not typing, so I'm not very sure if they managed to see where to go for typing. Okay, so I don't have any responses, but my next question was, how can we use AI responsibly? How can we use AI responsibly? So this one was supposed to be linked to the first question. So you'd find that you can ask ChatGPT to say, ChatGPT, describe patient Yoni and give me an image of patient Yoni. It will give me an image of someone else. It may also capture some things incorrectly. So what am I saying? ChatGPT, for it to work effectively and give you correct answers. It also depends on the kind of information that you have fed in the system. It works with what are called the prompts, what you pose or what you are asking described patient's journey. Maybe I can refine it further. Where does she work? Those prompts or those instructions I'm giving ChatGPT, which we call prompts, those are the things that makes ChatGPT to give an answer. But you'd find that the answer becomes much effective and better and accurate if your prompts are also, you know, um, accurate. So you need to learn now to really put effective prompts so that at least the generative AI can start generating correct information. And we also need to be able to use AI ethically. Sometimes we find that we are not using it ethically. We just copy what these AI tools are giving us. We don't even really, what is it? Um, dig further. Okay, so ChatGPT gives you a guideline, and you still need to go and dig deeper. All right, let's look at also other skills that opens, um, career opportunities here in South Africa. So, strategic thinking and problem solving. So let's zoom in this guy. Um, who is this guy, colleagues? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Do you know him? Anyone you can type? Do we know this guy? Any takers? Anyone who would like to try, you can type on the chat if you want to try. Okay. I don't see any responses. So he's called Elon Musk. And he has quite a number of companies. For the purpose of today's learning, we are focusing on his skills that have really helped him to sustain some of the companies that he have, especially Tesla. Tesla, it's an electronic car company, and Tesla and Elon Musk is very ambitious to make sure that electric cars are manufactured. And you find that he's also working towards eradicating some of the socio-economic challenges that we have in the global arena of pollution. So if we've got electric cars, it also helps with the elimination of uh, pollution here in the global arena, not just in South Africa. So you'd find that Elon Musk is a risk taker. He is a strategic thinker. So you'd find that he's very daring. He goes outside the box and comes up with the disruptive ideas, and some of his decisions have been really criticized. For example, when he just took over Twitter, you'd find that there were a lot of controversies around his strategic thinking. But you'd find that the company, now rebranded, having a new name, is still standing and is doing well under his leadership as a co-founder. Okay, so strategic thinking. Think outside the box. Look at the bigger picture. Set strategic goals that are going to help you to navigate. So strategic thinking, colleagues, very important for you to really start a career in business management, especially if you are looking forward to climbing the corporate ladder, or if you are looking forward to having your own company. All right? Let's also look at another skill or other skills that are very critical for you to, you know, penetrate the labor market in South Africa and possibly grow in that space, okay, in the business management space. Being a visionary and being an ethical and conscious leader. So I couldn't think of anyone, none other than um, Nelson Mandela, the late former president of South Africa. So you find that he was a visionary. He was really a visionary, and he has done quite a lot to make sure that he keeps the country afloat or in good standing. An ethical leader. What are some of the characteristics that he projected as a leader, as a visionary? A visionary, like we indicated, is a leader with followers. He had excellent leadership skills. Leaders are seen and not heard. He was resilient. He was courageous. He was ethical. He was a charismatic leader. He was conscious, a conscious leader. So all those are some of the characteristics that really describes him. But we are saying, really, being a visionary, set your long-term goals, focus on them, pursue them until the end. Okay? All right, we are almost done. Then we can see if we've got some questions. Communication and collaboration skills. Very important for you to penetrate, navigate, and grow in the business management space. You need to be an effective communicator. How do you communicate? And when do you communicate? What do you communicate? To whom do you communicate? So you'll find that if you join any of our programs um, that has got project management as a module, you also learn about, you know, stakeholder management. You need to know the different stakeholders that you are working with in the business, and you need to be able to design a stakeholder management plan that will help you to engage with all the stakeholders in the organization. So collaboration very important. Engaging with all the stakeholders effectively and also communicating effectively. Knowing where to communicate, when to communicate, how to communicate, to whom do you communicate. It's very different, colleagues, when you are communicating with internal staff members versus communication with external stakeholders. So you'd find that those are some of the skills we're going to equip you with in any of our undergraduate business school programs. Like I indicated, we've got BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration in Retail Management, Higher Certificate in Business Management, Higher Certificate in Business Management in Retail Management, and Advanced Certificate in Business Management. Any of those qualifications, you will learn these skills that we are talking about, and you are going to future proof yourself to be able to navigate and be sustainable in the labor market in South Africa and any other global environment. Okay, then innovative and creative skills. You need to be innovative, colleagues. Gone are the days of doing your work in the same manner, same way like how your competitors are doing it. You need to think outside the box. You need to be innovative. And for us to be innovative, we need to be able to use technology. We spoke about the digital space and also use of AI and technology. You need to be very creative. You need to be artistic and creative, okay, so that you can be able to appeal to your customers, okay. Then you also need to have an understanding of financial and analytical acumen. Understand finance. So, should you join any of our qualifications here at Regency, our business management courses, or any other courses, you'd find that you also do personal mastery. And under personal mastery, you are also going to learn about financial intelligence, how to use your money effectively, how to invest your money effectively. That is very, very important. So, you are also going to acquire these skills so that you'll be able to make financial decisions. So, in the work environment, very important to have financial muscles or knowledge of how to interpret, draw, and interpret financial statements. Okay. And then sustainability and ethical leadership. You must also be thinking of sustainability. We are now, what is it, talking about sustainability issues. So we need to be focusing on sustainability. How do we ensure long-term impact? How do we preserve the resources that we have? So that is very, very important for you as a business acumen or an employee or an entrepreneur in the business management space to understand issues of sustainability. For example, we are talking about issues of pollution. We have got a global crisis whereby we are polluting the environment excessively. So, how do we navigate and sustain the environment effectively? So, you'd find that really, let's look at sustainable leadership. Let's keep the environment clean. Let's preserve our resources. Let's use our finances, effectively, and ethical leadership. We want leaders that are conscious leaders, ethical leaders, leaders that are not going to cut corners. So, very, very important. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you have learned a lot. And we look forward to you joining Regenesis, because you'd find that in a nutshell, some of the skills that I was talking about, some of these examples that I was giving, you are going to learn about them should you join any of our programs. So I am challenging you as you are sitting there. Maybe you've been there procrastinating. You don't know whether you should register or not. You don't know whether you should register for business management. I am telling you, business management courses are the best courses for you, because they will enable you to, you know, navigate in many industries. You are not going to be tied down in one job. You can actually, navigate in many industries. For example, you do modules like marketing that can help you to be in a marketing role, project management that can help you to be in a project management role, financial management. So I'm just saying, it gives you so many alternatives. I cannot emphasize. You are not going to be stuck with your qualification, but you are going to be able to navigate, in the business space. So thank you very much for joining, and thank you so much for making time and being here. It shows me that you are taking yourself seriously, and being here today, you have taken the first step of really, taking yourself seriously and beginning your career, um, you know, backed up by relevant qualifications. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So I don't know if we've got any questions that we can, you know, respond to. Do we have any questions? You can type your questions. You can type your questions if you've got any questions. If you've got any questions, you can type your questions. Any questions? So this is the opportunity for you to ask any question that you have about any of the qualifications that we have. So like I indicated, we have got the higher certificate programs, that is the higher certificate in business management, higher certificate in business management, in retail management, business Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration in Retail Management, and also Advanced Certificate in Business Management. So those are the different courses that we have under our undergrad faculty. So yeah, so I'm available if you've got any questions so that we can respond. Are you able to type? Colleagues, please go to the Q&A. Just click there. You will be able to type, what is it, to just ask your question so that we can respond. We also have our sales consultancy with us here to support us or to clarify further. Lebo, I don't know if there are any further inquiries, but I don't see any questions, so I don't know whether we are ending the session. Okay, if there are no questions, but should you think of any questions, please do not hesitate to type on the chat. We have our experienced consultant here that will be able to support us. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Lebo, for being here. Thank you.